Hello, friendos. I'm Maury, and it has been a long time since I last posted anything. To the 35 of you that are still here, thank you so much for remaining this year, even though I haven't really posted anything since February. About this time last year, it became incredibly obvious to me that my main PC, which is about a decade old now, no longer has the memory or processing power in order to handle my art programs or the driver for my new tablet, which means that I had to then move everything onto my laptop, or rather just work exclusively on my laptop. The only reason I'd been able to post regularly was because I was live streaming. But my laptop does not have a good connection, so I haven't really been able to post. I tried several months to post live streams or to do live streams on my laptop last year and the beginning of this year, and it was bad. The video just kept cutting in and out. It wasn't good. It just really wasn't good trying to live stream over Wi-Fi with that device. So I've then turned to going back to making videos like this, where I record myself working on art and then I record a voiceover over it. But this is far more time consuming because I have to edit the video and, do a voiceover. But I also have to make sure the voiceover is nice, etc., all that jazz. And I've spent a week now trying to record this voiceover. What's more is I've had to do more overtime at my job. Not just because I've been asked to, but also because my living expenses have gone up quite significantly. So I don't have as much time to work on my comics, because I like eating and living in a house, and I like my family being able to eat and live in a house. So I only have like a half hour or so a day, if that even, that I can work on comics or my art or editing a video or recording something. I sacrificed a lot of things to be able to create this video because my schedule currently does not allow for this much time. So it's been hard because I miss posting and I want to give you guys quality stuff at the same time. I had actually recorded me making the previous chapter title page for Pine Barren Supernatural. This is the 7th one. But the settings that I had when I recorded the 6th video were awful. The video resolution was very small. I think it was maybe max 700 pixels vertically or horizontally. I forget which. It was small. It was just a very small video that if you're watching it on a monitor for like a laptop, PC, or whatever, it's not going to look good. It might work on a phone or a tablet maybe, but not on any large-scale device. And since then, I think that was back in March, something like that, I haven't had time to sit down and record a long video of an illustration piece like this. So I ended up having to wait until now. And I had to do a lot of finagling with my schedule and cut a lot of things out to have time to record this and do the editing. And that's why I haven't posted in like 2 weeks, is because all of my time has gone into making this video. Because I realized I wanted to make a video and remember how and all that jazz. And but on to, I guess, happier things. We're halfway through already. Ugh. Anyway, so I did not know what I wanted to do for this chapter title page, so I ended up taking something from my personal drawings. Now, I first started working on this series back when I was in high school about a decade ago now. And one thing I always did with my characters was do recasting, is what I would call it, but it's like costume swaps or drawing them in AUs and things like that. So now that I'm remaking the series, I'm of course doing that again. And so I'm drawing this character in a magical girl getup because I like magical girls and it seemed like a fun idea. Now, Lily has some base medical knowledge. She's able to do first aid and some other medical upkeep for changing bandages and all sorts of stuff like that. And she ends up doing that in the previous chapter, but also in this chapter a little bit. So I really wanted to draw her as a magical girl and chose the nurse theme for that reason. Now, I was a reenactor for several years, and I'm a bit of a history nerd, so of course I then had to research made uniforms for the past 2 centuries across Europe, because of course I did. And so I made magical girl outfits based off of these different nurse uniforms. And I basically, like, I shortened the skirts and I changed the lengths of different things, like messed with the proportions a little bit of the parts of the outfit so that it had more of a magical girl look. But the designs I kept ending up with had more of a harsh gothic kind of feel, which was definitely not what I wanted out of drawing Lily as a magical girl. So I ended up asking my editor sibling for some assistance, and they suggested giving her the staff of Hermes as the staff for her magical girl weapon and basing it off of that a little bit. I had been playing around with the idea of the staff being a glass thermometer. And so we did a bunch of designs that merged those two ideas until we ended up with this, where it's a long staff that's the glass thermometer, but then when she uses her magical girl special magic attack technique, whatever, it gains the wings and the 2 snakes of the staff of Hermes. And then I thought of putting Hermes' wings on her ankles because he has the flying shoes. And if I have wings, because, you know, magical girls do wings and stuff, that means I can put feathers and things like that all over the outfit and continue that motif. Because, you know, magical girls have stuff like that. Now, I also was in a ballet studio for about 14 years. So I'd been around a bunch of ballet costumes that have a bunch of feather adornments. So I ended up merging some of those ballet costumes I'd been around and the nurse magical girl drawings I had. And to continue the glassy motif, I then added the glass hearts all over the costume as well. So that's how I ended up with this design. Now, I actually had a handful of different poses that I had done. I'd started actually with this one, which you saw that original sketch at the beginning of the video with very broken anatomy. I then went and did another quick composition drawing, didn't like it, went back to this one, transparented or like lightened the original drawing and drew over it, which is how I got the better anatomy. Started working on that, ended up doing a different composition attempt, and then going back to this one because it really just was what I wanted, and I figured if I started inking it, I'd know for certain. And in the end, I'm actually quite happy with the result of it. I hope you guys like it too. I'm going to attempt to do more videos again. I can't guarantee, you know, any kind of posting schedule, but you know, I'm gonna do my best, and I hope you guys will be rooting for me. If you do want to see any more, you know what to do. You've been on YouTube before. Hit like, subscribe, hit the bell, etc. And I will see you later, lovelies.